What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet, and I am black up in your face again with some more pro-black commentary. I've been seeing a very interesting meme circulating around social media, and I want to give my commentary on it. So, if you look at the picture here, the meme says, "I'm confused. Why do many sisters have a problem with this, but don't have a problem with this?" And it's basically giving a comparison of non-black women. It's got Kim Kardashian and some white girl with like box braids or whatever. And on the bottom, it's got two black women, Nicki Minaj and just a random black girl with white girl style blonde hair. And is asking, why do black women get upset when they see non-black women with black hairstyles, but you have a lot of black women walking around with these white girl hairstyles? So let me see if I can explain this and give my commentary on it. And let me preface this before we even get started by saying, me personally, I prefer a black woman to have her natural hair. In fact, whenever I can, I encourage and support black women having their natural hair. That means, and I mean natural, like nappy black hair, or a natural hairstyle, whether it be an afro, braids, dreadlocks, curly hair, afro puffs, mohawk, short hair, fade, whatever. Okay? I support a black woman having her own natural hair the way it grows out of her head and styling it any way she wants. Okay? That's my preference. That's what I want for black women because, for one, I think it shows confidence in yourself. I think it's beautiful. You look beautiful that way. I think it works best for not just your skin tone, but your phenotype. It looks better when you have your natural hair. You look sexier that way. I also think it's better for your self-esteem and the self-esteem of the young girls coming behind you. I also think it's better for your health because these wigs cover up your natural hair and mess up your scalp and whatnot. And any all of this, like, straightening your hair, that does damage to your hair follicles and your scalp as well. So it's healthier and more beautiful for you to have your natural hair. Okay? So just start with that because I don't want any idiots coming here saying that I'm making excuses for black women. Okay? I'm looking at this meme and I'm explaining the reason that black women have an issue with non-black women wearing these black hairstyles. Okay? So if you come here talking that mess that you're just making excuses for black women or you're being a simp or whatever, I'm going to just block you. Okay? I'm not making excuses for any black woman. The only black woman I'm making the excuse for is your mama because she gave birth to your dumb ass and she didn't teach you anything. So for any of those manosphere clowns that come here starting that nonsense, I'm not making excuses. Okay, I shouldn't have to explain myself anyway. You people should be able to think and have some logic behind it. But let me just say why black women have an issue with the Beckys and the Kim Kardashians having these natural hairstyles. Okay, the problem is that when Becky or the Kardashians or any non-black female has these black hairstyles or these things that are typically showcased within black beauty, whether it be, a black woman's shape or her facial features, her phenotype, or whatever, that non-black woman is put on a pedestal. We saw it all the way back with women like Bo Derek, right? Getting all this attention just because she got some cornrows or got some braids or whatever and was running down the beach. And people were looking at her like she was something great because of that. And we've seen other females over the time get all types of positive attention just because they have these quote unquote black hairstyles or looks or whatever, right? Even women who are not fully black get accolades just for having certain black hairstyles. Like people praised Amber Rose for cutting her hair down and dyeing it blonde and walking around looking like a tennis ball, right? But if a dark skinned African featured black woman cuts her hair down, everyone says she looks like a boy, or she looks masculine that way. But Amber Rose has been able to get away with it and is allowed to be called exotic because of that. And once again, I know Amber Rose is partially black, but you know what point that I'm making here. All right. She likes to play back and forth depending on what side the grass is greener on. Okay. But there have been all types of females out there, whether it be the Kardashians, whether it be uh, Miley Cyrus, always trying to shape themselves around black culture and using black people to elevate themselves and get put on a pedestal. And worse yet, you'll have black people actually praising these types of females and saying, oh, they're cool, they're down with us. And then these people raise their profile, get money or get prestige, and then they kick black people to the curb once they get to a certain height, right? So that's the problem that sisters have with that. When a black woman has her natural hair, her natural looks, whether it be braids, dreadlocks, afro, whatever, it's still considered to be low class within this society. Not amongst us, not always amongst black people, but I'm saying just within this society, it's looked down upon for a black woman to have more of her natural hair and natural features. You see, black women are always attacked for that. Black women are always seen as bad in a negative light, ghetto, ratchet, whatever. Even if they're not. They might even just be a sister who is very shapely and she's looked down upon for that. People might just assume she's oversexed because she's shapely or has curves or whatever. And that's not always the case, right? I know there's some ratchet females out there, but that's not how all black women are. So black women are looked down upon for their physical features, but if a white girl takes those physical features, she is put on a pedestal. That's the issue that black women have with it. And it happens to black men too. Like if black men think about this, if they really think and consider what's going on here. If you see some of these white boys out here, when white boys act ghetto or hood or dress like black men or try to have a black man swag, that white boy is elevated to a point of popularity. Look at so many white entertainers, whether it be Justin Timberlake, Eminem, Mark Wahlberg, what's his name, Robin Thicke. When they try to pretend and act like they're black guys or sing like black guys or rap like black guys, their whole status is elevated. A black man can be murdered for having the same swag or the same appearance. You see, a black man doesn't even have to be a thug. If he's even suspected of dressing like a thug, he can be murdered for that or put in prison or be considered part of a gang or whatever, right? So, it's all about the positives and the negatives. When a white person takes on these black characteristics, they're elevated. They get popularity. They get popular off of that. They get money off of that. You see, look at people like DJ Vlad. They make money off of black culture. You do it, and it's considered bad. It's considered ghetto. It's considered destructive. It's all bad culture then all of a sudden. The culture is only good when white people take it. When black people do it, it's considered negative, and the black culture is trash, and you should be destroyed for it. Or you should all pay the price for it, or you should all be condemned for it. But when white people do it, then the culture is good. It's hip. It's cool. It's, it's pop all of a sudden, right? Pop is short for popular. That's all pop music is just black music watered down to fit to be good for white folks' ears. That's all pop music is. Okay, so that's what it is for black men. If black men are not getting the whole hair thing, I'm explaining it to you in a different way so you can understand it based on something that you go through also on a regular basis. Now, when it comes to black women wearing these white girl hairstyles or whatever, whether it be Nicki Minaj or this sister here, wearing this blonde wig, blonde weave or whatever. That's mental illness. That's low self-esteem. Okay? That's because black females have been put in this society and they feel the only way that they can compete with white society is to have these white female hairstyles. And plus, they've grown up in a culture that has denigrated them for their hair, whether it be white culture or the ignorant people, black people within our own culture, degrading black women for their hair. It starts when they're young. You'll have black mothers telling their little girls that I get tired of combing his hair. You need to get it straightened or whatever. Or telling the black girl you got a nappy head or I can't stand your hair. So the black girl starts to develop a complex within herself to where she feels like she cannot have her own hair. Or maybe her mother doesn't have her own hair. And just the cycle continues over and over again. Okay? So, and plus they're having the drum beat and the steady programming by TV showcasing white women with this long flowing straight hair. We just saw that bullshit Barbie movie that came out recently, and I saw so many black females talking about I'm Barbie, I love Barbie, 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 Barbie. I was like, good God. You can tell the brainwashing just never went away. Right? They got them when they were little girls, and it's continued all the way until they were adults, to where they want to go see a movie about a plastic white female and look up to her and idolize her. That's a problem, right? So that's the situation, and that's the reason behind the issues that they have here. Once again, I prefer a black woman to have her natural hair. Black women, you look way better with your natural hair. Okay? You look better with that afro. You look sexier with the braids or the locks or whatever. I see so many black women with their natural hair, they just look amazing. And when I see them with the blonde weaves or the blonde wigs or whatever, I'm kind of turned off by that. I feel that you could be doing so much better and look so much better if you looked more like your natural self. Just my humble opinion. Okay? So that's all it is. That's what I wanted to put forth in this video. You folks can let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on the devil's back.